Some Democrats are trying to push Joe Biden out of the race, and a lot of people are confused. They're saying, why are the Democrats trying to sabotage their own party coming up to this presidential election? That's not really what they're doing. They're trying to save their rich buddies money, but we talked about that earlier. Still, there are a lot of people out there that are terrified that says, oh no, Donald Trump will win, the Democrats will lose. Now, from the beginning, I have told you that Donald Trump will lose the election in November of 2024 to Joe Biden, presumably. But I also said Donald Trump would lose to any Democrat. So if the Democrats are successful in pushing Joe Biden out, yes, Kamala Harris can beat Donald Trump. I think any Democrat could beat Donald Trump. Because you see, it's not about the candidate in this situation. It's not about who they like the most. It's who they're most afraid of. And that happens to be Donald Trump. Remember the 2020 election? More people came out and voted in that election than ever before. 74 million people voted for Trump, 81 million people voted for Joe Biden. Now, do you think they came out because Joe Biden was this fireball and they really wanted to vote for him? No, in fact, what happened was there were more people that were terrified at the prospect of Donald Trump being president. So a lot of the votes that went to Joe Biden were a vote against Donald Trump. Now, you remember the primaries. Donald Trump was easily winning the primaries, but he was losing 15 to 20% of the vote to Nikki Haley, who wasn't even on the ballot. Were those votes for Nikki Haley? No, they were votes against Donald Trump. The Republican Party and Donald Trump have said the quiet things out loud. Since 2020, the only thing that's happened is Democrats have become more terrified of the prospect of Donald Trump being in control again. In 2020, Joe Biden won by 7 million votes. In 2024, that differential is going to be even bigger because people are more terrified. Donald Trump is carrying more baggage, 34 felony convictions. His tie to Jeffrey Epstein. All these things are hanging over his head, overturning and taking credit for Roe v. Wade. All these things are there. They aren't necessarily just Donald Trump. They are the Republican Party. And the Democratic Party is known for fighting against it. Don't think about this election as Donald Trump against Joe Biden, because that's not why people are voting, at least the Democrats. It's not because they love Joe Biden. It's because they love this country and they want to save and preserve this country for their kids, grandkids, and great-grandkids. Don't worry so much about who's going to be the candidate. The best choice is Joe Biden. There's no question about it. The money's there. The history and the record is there. It makes no sense. But as we go toward the election, don't be afraid now, because we've already won this thing. The Republican Party has destroyed themselves. Donald Trump has destroyed themselves. And there are millions and millions of people that are terrified at the prospect of them taking power.